Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Hi everyone, I'm Robin Schiltz. Welcome to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, where we talk about the little things that make a big difference in living safely and with peace of mind as we age. Today I want to talk about something that tends to sneak into our lives at this time of the year: perfection, or more accurately, the pressure to make everything perfect. You know what I mean. We want the perfect meal, the perfect decorations, the perfect holiday gathering with our loved ones. And if you're caring for an older loved one, it can feel like there's an extra layer of pressure to make everything just right so everyone feels comfortable and cared for. But here's the truth. Trying to make everything perfect often leaves us too tired to actually enjoy the moments we're trying to create. I remember one year when I was hosting a Christmas dinner for my parents. I had a list and a schedule and every dish planned down to the minute. But by the time everyone sat down to eat, I realized I'd spent the entire day worrying about overcooking the rolls and were my napkins straight or crooked, instead of laughing with my family. That was my wake-up call. The holidays are not meant to be performance art. They're meant to be connection. And connection does not require perfection. If you're someone who tends to feel anxious when things don't go as planned, like maybe the lights don't work or a favorite dish turns out a little burnt, I want to gently remind you that no one remembers perfection. They just remember how they felt. Think about that. People remember the laughter, the comfort, and the warmth, not whether the table centerpiece matched the napkins. When we let go of perfection, we make room for what's real, the unexpected stories, the silly moments, and sometimes the quiet pauses that make the season meaningful. So let's talk about what letting go of perfection might actually look like in practice. If you're caring for an aging parent, it might mean simplifying. Instead of a big formal dinner, have a potluck where everyone brings one dish. If mobility or health issues make outings difficult, bring the celebration to them, maybe with soft music, cozy blankets, and simple finger foods. If you're the older adult in the family, letting go might mean saying yes when someone offers to help. I know sometimes that can be hard. Many of us grew up believing that accepting help meant we weren't capable, but in truth, allowing others to help is a gift. It lets them show love in action. And if you're a caregiver, letting go might mean giving yourself permission to rest, to do less, or to ask for help without guilt. Now I know this all sounds nice in theory, but in real life it's not always easy. Many of us grew up in households where everything had to look just so if you were having guests over. Maybe you heard things like, "Don't let anyone see the mess," or "Company's coming, make it perfect." That mindset sticks with us, doesn't it? But at some point, we actually get to rewrite that story. I often tell my listeners, perfect homes don't create perfect memories. People do. Sometimes the best memories are made in the middle of the mess. Here's something to try this week. Pick one thing you usually stress over. Maybe it's the wrapping paper matching or the elaborate meal prep, and decide to do it simply this time. Notice how it feels. Do you feel lighter? More relaxed? Well, that's the feeling we're after. Presence instead of pressure. And if things go wrong, try to laugh. I can't tell you how many times a burnt casserole or a dropped dessert turned into a story that my family still laughs about years later. When we let go of perfection, we open up space for joy. We make room for others to help us. We create moments that feel alive instead of staged. And maybe, just maybe, we find that the holidays don't have to be perfect to be wonderful. They just have to be shared. So as you move through the season, whether you're hosting, caregiving, or simply trying to make it through the busy days, give yourself permission to let something be good enough. Because good enough is what real life looks like. And real life, with all of its imperfections, is what makes the season beautiful. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. If this episode spoke to you, take a deep breath, release those unrealistic expectations, and remember that connection always matters more than perfection. I'm Robin Schultz, and this is a Senior Safety Advice podcast. Until the next episode, take care of yourself and those you love. Bye!
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.